Hey guys, what's up? Woodsgump here. Today I want to do a unique thing with the videos, and I figure today I will react to some very funny, maybe a critical look at negative Steam user reviews on Halo Infinite because I find it interesting that the so-called Halo community, quote unquote, will complain about almost anything, and even if freaking water comes down from the sky, or grass grows, or the birds fly. But anyway, yeah, I think this will be a very intriguing and sort of unexpected review. So let's get into this, starting with Games as a Service model needs to die permanently. I mean, they're not wrong with that. I mean, ever since the whole live service thing, since like Fortnite back in 2018, not many video games these days, especially AAA, have really accomplished or like gained favor PR wise with the mainstream over live services. And Halo has unfortunately fallen into that corporal practice of, hey, let's build a game, let's make it 10 years of just live service. We're not going to make another one for like another millennia or something. And I definitely agree. But I think we all need to keep in mind that this is 2023 and these are the gaming practices today. And if you want to support traditional gaming practices, just look for indie games or other studios that really make like compounding and astute video games, like From Software, for example, Elden Ring or Armor Core 6, or even like Sony games with, but that's a whole nother can of worms. Anyway, appreciated the effort. Playing on the same four maps with half the game regularly broken. Maybe in a few years we'll give it another go. Great news though, the store works just fine. Okay, so they're not wrong with that. So when the game came out, there were about, I'd say, 5 to 6 arena maps and 3 to 4 BTB maps. And over the course of the 2 years so far, with each season, they would release a new BTB map and a new arena map. And when Forge came out last year, that really spurred a what if scenario to the community with 2343. And that's why I like to emphasize is, what if the community implemented more Forge maps into matchmaking and arena, and so far it's starting out pretty well. I mean, there's a lot of good remakes, homages to like older Halo maps, like Backwash from, I think it was Backwash. Yeah, it's Backwash from Halo 2, Exiled from Halo 4, um, Kusini Bay from Halo 3, Halo 2, Zanzibar. And I think 343 should really keep this up because, really, can you imagine like the possibilities of having more Forge maps implemented into not only multiplayer but also firefight and custom game browsers as well? I mean, that's just, the possibilities are endless. Never forget Reach customization and the standard that was never met again. Okay, first of all, this isn't 2010 anymore. Times have changed. Yes, the Reach customization was at its peak, the most unique and authentic like player experience for Halo at the time. I mean, you got like your visor, your helmet, your shoulders, your knee pads, your wrists, firefight voice, armor effect, like really, like all of this came in a $60 game back in 2010. And to be fair, to give credit where it's due, I mean, there have been some new like original augmentations added to Infinite's multiplayer. For example, the use of having your own Forge AI or your own AI like Butler, Creed, Cirque, Mr. Chef, the superintendent, as well as just like, keeping that standard like name playing over. However, this is the first game now that we can fully start initiating cross-core optimization. So initially, when the game launched, that wasn't a possible. It wasn't until season 5 that we did get cross-core for the helmets. So if you wanted to wear an ODST helmet for the Rakshasa armor core, then you can do it. And there's plans on adding shoulder pads and even more. I mean, think about it. Cross-core is definitely something that not only intrigues older veterans such as myself, but also young, brilliant minded new players in the game who are like, okay, what if we want to start implementing like Mjolnir Armor 6 helmet on a different core, but also experiment, because there's a lot of armor pieces, there's a lot of helmet pieces, there's a lot of chest pieces. I mean, the total amount of possibilities are like fabulously high, and that's just something really good. But anyway, yeah, I think that I want to say I think people who make this review are looking at rose tinted glasses, and they're really stuck in the past. They really want to cling on to the past of that is in Halo, and I want to say from experience, I've journeyed through that before. I don't find it to be pleasant. I don't find it to be comfortable because as a Halo fan growing up, you really want to look at an optimistic view and say, "Oh, the glass is half or half full," But honestly, this sort of attitude just needs to go away. Steam member for 15 plus years. This is my first. This is my first and probably only review that I'll make. Been playing Halo since its launch in 01. Nice. With certainty that Halo died with Bungie and Halo Reach. Um, I want to say that part is not technically accurate because technically, like, yeah, it does feel like that, but technically, they died in 2010 because Bungie signed a contract with Microsoft since like 2001, and they only had about like 10 years worth of like service to making out these games. And once they were done, they then transitioned to Activision and started another 10 years or so in that with the whole Destiny, but that's a whole nother can of worms. 343 had the reins for over a decade, and after Halo 3 original Halo titles, they still shit the bed somewhere along development. One step forward, three steps back. Will be 343's legacy when it comes to the development games. I mean, yeah, I mean, to give it credit, their way of developing Halo games after Reach have been divisive and mixed bag, but they also, at the same time, re-innovated the multiplayer aspect and also bring the Halo lore to the media, to where everyone who has played the games has said, now we like if I'm interested, I want to go back and play the old games and also read the books at the same time. And I think that's a really cool thing. Like I think I love how Halo pushes the envelope of spreading the lore out there. Anyway, if Infinite has the core mechanics locked down, even the art style similar to the Bungie era tiles, your spot is quick and maneuverable like Halo 2, 3 Reach, but not stupidly fast like the cracked out Spartan junkie you had in Halo 4 or 5. Halo 4 and 5 sprint was I'm not sure. I never had an opinion about them. I mean, it's just a video game. Like there's gonna be like video game trends, that you're gonna see from time to time, especially when it comes to old franchises that try to thrive in the 2010s, especially Sprint. And I know Sprint's a lot of controversial amongst Halo fans because I bet they can't even sprint in real life themselves. I'm joking. Uh, Sprint has been a both methodological and gameplay changing thing because if you're not running, then you're really changing the pace of how matches are played, but not stupidly fast like the cracked head out junkie Spartan you had in Halo 4 and 5. The insider flight tests were amazing, I agree. Feedback was great, and as millions would say, Halo's back. Then the multiplayer actually came out in beta form and was still ass backwards from everything they said it would be in the marketing and teasing of the game. It's a desperate cash grab at this point, and everyone knows it. Well, yeah, I mean, I want to bring up the perspective that Halo Infinite's development was like that of Halo 2's. It was hellish. We had to go through COVID. We had to work from home along with our families, you know. I mean, you can't expect like the highest of expectations to release in full quality, you know, because that's what modern video games are right now. And I feel like people like this are expecting way too much out of a AAA game because they're spoiled. They want the game to be perfect. They want it to be perfect. They want it to be spotless. They want it to win Game of the Year. But that's just not how video games are, friend. That's not how video games are either in general. Video games are supposed to be enjoyed. They're supposed to be played. They're supposed to be inspiring, you know? Give me a second. They're supposed to be just like the medium for us to escape. 6 years of development, 100 employees, and 500 million funding, and yet Infinite still to this day has less content than that of a $40 game like Aliens Fire Team Elite. They made half of the game free to play, but still charged full price of $60. The other half of the game, they claimed Halo Reach levels of customization, yet a good 85% of all customizations are locked behind paywalls and based on FOMO. I had the same blue and armor red coloring since Halo 2 and Jolly Roger emblem for 18 years, and yet I can't even get that color combo emblem in Infinite. And even if I could, I wouldn't be surprised if 343 tried to charge me for them. So this is about back in last year, so probably after season two. I mean, yeah, I mean, retrospectively, like right now, everything's really good, but yeah, I can understand it. I mean, like again, like the leadership behind Halo and 343's development of this game was sort of rocky and steady. It was by people who hated the game. They didn't really want to share that passion with the fans. They were all about marketing it towards a mainstream audience and just, like Bonnie Ross and Frank O'Connor. Like it's just crazy, you know. Let's see. What does this one say? Infuriating, base game feels like the perfect mix between modern shooter and classic Halo, a winning formula in most developers' hands. 343, however, have repeatedly dropped the ball with their live service with no service. To add to this, every patch that is released to fix crashes or bugs ends up bringing a different part of the game. Okay, to be fair, they are working on a slip space engine, which was something they used for Halo 5, and working on that, I heard, is really tough and really just like it's really finicky because it's not the mainstream Unity engine, Unreal engine that most games these days are being built on. Um, it really does have a sort of intimidating look, but they're trying their best, and from a counter argue perspective, you could say that, oh, we don't care about how many problems the video game developer is going through. We just want the end product of what that is, and that is a fair assumption. But to be honest, if you were in that shoes, would you really say the same, or would you rather just contemplating your life and thinking, what do you want to do next? For instance, today's Season 2 Lone Wolves release. My very first challenge was to complete a game oddball. I have no choice to search for oddball matches, so I hit quick play. 2.5 hours later, not one oddball match. Start release, leaving to see if oddball is even in rotation. After doing this a couple times, my account is now temporary banned. How the hell do your account... Wait, what? Bro, I quit so many times in Halo 2, but they didn't temporary ban my account. I'm not sure what's going on with there. After returning first match, I joined the game crashes, and I am again temporary banned. This guy just sounds like this guy is just like the most unluckiest Halo player ever, and it's so funny because they're trying to complete like one challenge for multiplayer, and yet they're just like they're having a really hard time just trying to figure out like what the hell's going on. I'm out. Completing these challenges feels like jumping rope while the devs try to kick your feet away from you. As the game stands today, it's not worth it. Feel free to try to do it. Just don't invest time I did. I'll change my review if the game gives you a reason to. And I bet he did, really, because people are not happy with change. This beta is really infinite. When was that released? Okay, so September last year. Okay. So I noticed most of these are either before the Forge, the winter contingency update came out, or at earliest convenience. And then you got people here like comparing old games to Halo Infinite, which I don't think is really fair, but understandable at the same time because we do have to hold certain standards. Um, I want to love Halo Infinite, but 343 won't let me. Well, that's up to you. That's really up to you. If the way I see it as a video gamer and as a Halo fan is happiness is not defined by how you want how the game presents itself and how the developers deliver to you. It's how you view yourself as a human and the time you take out of your day to enjoy video games. And this is what I really want to emphasize to everybody because I was like this. I was miserable. I really didn't enjoy playing video games. I want to say happiness is really just you should not let it define how you play video games. It's like sports or hobbies. Like if I'm out practicing drums 15 times a day and I get deterred because I get one little mistake right, that's not going to send me off a path of rage and resentment. It's going to fuel me with encouragement because practically I'm saying, okay, I messed up. How can I try again? Can I get better? I kind of wish a lot of people in the video game community saw this because happiness in in this day and age is something generally most people don't really like contemplate on. Like everybody's miserable. Everybody is so locked up in their own world, like social media, like the movies, COVID, food, music. Like I wish everyone would just take the time out of their day to look back and say what I was 10 years ago. How can I forgive myself for being mad or whatever? But people are just human creatures. They don't like to change. They don't like to look at a wisdom perspective. What the F was 343 doing for 6 years? Obviously, making the game and patching Halo 5 at the same time because think about it, like Halo 5 was a crashy, disappointing start that they really had to fix it, patch up, and keep it going steady. And props to them for bringing it back alive. Oh, and also MCC as well. They had to focus on that. I am now the prophet of regret. So you're gonna get assassinated by a green dude after you spill off chanting. Okay. Halo died after Reach. Not really. Like that's Bungie Halo. People keep talking about like every time they say Halo died after Reach, they're talking about Halo Bungie. They don't talk about Halo's the franchise or the spirit because it's still going today, and even there's many people on MCC playing it. Like you can go back and play Reach on there. Like I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna tell you to stop playing it or whatever. I mean, yeah, I mean, like again, like what's with this whole video game died or whatever? Like this, like look at this loser right here. 343 killed Halo. Are you really gonna be that negative? Look me dead in the eyes. Are you really gonna be that negative? Are you really gonna say, "Oh, this company killed my game. Oh, bad number bad, number company bad, Bungie good. Oh my God, mommy, I need my milky." Like just shut up. Like it's people like this that give video gamers a really bad rep. Like it's just like stupid. Like I don't find that even remotely funny. Let's see, what do we got in here? Promising, but seriously lacking in content, and travel to an outrageously out of touch cosmetic store. Now the FPS will start at solid 60 and gradually drop over the course of a game to unplayable 24 uninstalled. Well, buddy, I'm not sure what console or platform you're playing on, but maybe if you get a Series X, that will solve it. Um, I am convinced that 343 is purposely sabotaging this game. Rip Halo. Well, that's the management. That's the leadership behind 343. Again, as I said, the people behind it that everyone points the fingers at are Bonnie Ross, Frank O'Connor, and Kiki Bonwolf. I think that's her name. But yeah, those three are certainly like the most like blamed, like wanting to like people think should take accountability in game development. And right now, Pierre Heinz is still rocking it for it. I mean, like, good luck, man. Like, he really killed it with redeeming Halo MCC. Um, let's look at this. No campaign co-op, no flood, no arbiter, no firefight, no warzone, no infection, broken custom games, broken theater mode, competitive system, no progression system, unbelievable monetization, no post game, no pre game, no service record, no forge, no vision variety. I mean, to like list off a grocery store like of all that, like I mean, are people really taking the time just to do this? Like I know in my last video about Halo, like my whole beginner's guide to Halo, I pointed out like objectively and technically what was missing, but yeah, it's just pretty redundant, you know. No content? No content? No Halo? No Halo? Where's my Halo? Like that one girl you wanted to smash through at high school, and when you finally did, and it was treacherous. Wow, looks like somebody had a rough time in high school with their significant other. Jeez. Oof. And then you got like a lot of essayists right here, like big walls of text. Yeah, go play the Master Chief Collection instead. Yes, go play the Master Chief Collection instead. But also at the same time, please come back to Halo Infinite just to check on what's important. I mean, they added Firefight, for God's sakes. I mean, it should be already good enough for redeemable. Imagine having an IP as huge as Halo and fumbling it 3 times in a row. Rip Chief. I mean, yeah, I mean, you guess you could say, oh, and there's this stupid video right here. This Remember Halo crap by, what's his name? Crowbar Cat. It's people like that who are like mentally ill because they really put on the nostalgia glasses and they really compare past to future, old is good, new is bad, yada yada. And I really think that people who do that, really their arguments are invalid only because of the sole sake of just, out of rage and resentment. I mean, honestly, is this what people do with their free time on the internet? It's just to complain about Halo and stuff. Like it's just really sad to be honest. Like I feel pity for them. Man, what happened to Halo? Man, what happened to you? Toasters powered the servers. I mean, I don't know, it's like toasters are pretty expensive. $10 for the color blue. I assume this person saw Angry Joe. They were like, $10 for blue, for blue. Just play MCC. FU 343 again. Yeah. Like there's a lot of resentment towards 343. I get that. GTA 6 will come out before this game is finished. Not exactly. GTA 6 will come out in 2025, and as the right now in the game status right now with Halo Infinite, it's been doing pretty good. Imagine paying for the color blue. Okay, so the whole customization that they promised in the trailers beforehand, yes, that was a different agenda before Halo Infinite release, but I feel like people are taking it too seriously because I know a lot of Halo fans are really passionate about their identity, and I get that as well. Like, what if I just want to put some blue and orange on myself, you know? But if you look on the bright side, if you've been following social media on Halo, like watching the Twitch streams, getting those armor coatings or participating in the events, there's like really niche armor coatings out there that really fit. And even so, like some like the shop armor coatings are pretty dope, and especially with their price. I mean, at least it's not like Call of Duty or Overwatch monetization where it's just like $40 for a skin, you know? Because who in their right mind would actually pay $40 for a character skin that they're only going to use once and never anymore? Okay, we're gonna have to wrap this up because I feel like there isn't much to talk about here other than this. Halo Finite, yeah, it's a pretty classy joke. Let's see here. The infinite stands for the amount of oddball games you'll be playing on recharge. Yeah, that was a thing back then when it released. There was like a huge algorithm in the matchmaking system where if you played Arena, you would probably play Oddball or Slayer on the same map, recharge. It was that like water dam themed map, and yeah, I remember following about that. Let's see. I want to do one more here. What's a good one in here that I could read? Ah, yeah. Okay, okay. Here we go. Perfect example of modern day gaming. I mean, hey, it's pretty much like that. So anyway, that's about it, guys. I just wanted to do this little fun little video, just to like make fun of the people who make negative reviews on Steam and just like point them out and just how flawed like how flawed their arguments are and how just like funny it is from the audience's perspective to see how people actually come up with the time to like bitch and complain about Halo. I mean, people are always going to complain about stuff. I mean, that's just humans. I mean, people are going to complain anyway, and there's not any reason we're gonna stop them or what they're gonna change. But other than that, yeah, that's about it. Be sure to like, subscribe, share this video around if you're a Halo fan. Subscribe for more content, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Peace.